Hello chatbots out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got up to on my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. I hope you guys have all had a lovely week so far. On my Monday I had the day off work. I got up after a nice lie-in and I had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast and got showered and changed. Watched a little bit of Netflix, listened to a bit of music and was just doing some drawing and colouring in. My dad, older brother, sister and younger brother and sister were at work and my mum was asleep. My mum then got up and I was watching a bit of this animal documentary with my mum, and my dad had got back from work and gone off to bed, and I was then just listening to a bit of music, and I ordered myself a budget lunch to collect at 12, and I then went off and was sorting out my dolls and dollhouse and playing with my beat up doll and sorting her out. I was just doing a bit of illustration work and some colouring in and watching some vlogs and TikToks, and then once the rain had stopped I went off to go collect my buddy's lunch, and I got some flour sats on the way to get my buddy's lunch that I'm going to show you guys now. I had a lovely walk up to go get my buddy's lunch and got some really pretty flower stats from where the rain had been and left raindrops on the roses, and they looked so beautiful. I then collected my buddy's lunch and I got back and I had a toasted tuna cheese, onion, lettuce, cucumber wrap, and I had that with a cup of tea. I also had a custard slice and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. It was so delicious. I also got my mum and dad a cake each. I got my mum a custard slice and my dad a bit of mini and a shortbread. They went off to take my grandma to see my grandpa in rehab, and I went on to Amazon Prime and was just watching a bit of the After Recorded movie from the After movie series, and had some popcorn, watched on my blanket, and it was raining outside, and I had hot chocolate and had some popcorn and some chocolate, and was just having a bit of a movie afternoon and just chilling. And then my mum and dad got back from taking my grandma to see my grandpa in his rehab place, and I then went off for a little evening stroll and got some flower stats that I will show you guys now. Had a lovely evening stroll. I got back and I watched the UK soaps and Love Island. I then finished writing my journal for today, put that away, and then I had some cereal and was just watching some stuff off record that I needed to finish watching. And then my older brother got back from being at rugby and I was then just watching some stuff on Netflix. I then went off to bed, and then on my Tuesday I got up and I had the day off and I had some cereal for my breakfast and got ready to go off and meet one of my colleagues for a coffee catch up. And my dad, older brother, sister and younger brother and sister were at work, and my dad got back and went off to bed. My mum got up and she was just watching a bit of TV, and I headed off to go meet my mate at Coffee One for a coffee catch up. And before that I was running a little bit early, so I had a bit of time to spare before meeting my mate at the coffee shop, so I quickly popped into one of the flower shops and I got some plants that's on there that I'll show you guys now. I love the plant section so much. All the plants hanging from the windows, it's like a little jungle in there. I also got some flower photography snaps from there that I'll show you guys now. The dahlias are so stunning. I love all the colourful flowers and the sunflowers. It's just so beautiful in there. I then met up with my colleague in Coffee One and I had a caramel frappe and a pasta donata, which I'm going to show you guys a photo of now. It was so delicious. We didn't let our food go down and we were just chatting away, having a good old catch up. We then went off and had a look around some of the charity shops, and I'm going to show you guys some of the things I got from the charity shops now. The first one being this vinyl here, which is Boy George Culture Club. Love it, love a bit of Culture Club, love a bit of Boy George. He's stunning, look at that. My mum and dad always told me when watching Total Pops, when Culture Club first performed, they weren't sure if he was a boy or girl, and the next day at school they were all wondering if he was a boy or a girl, and I just love it. I love how stunning he was and how he just wore whatever he wanted and didn't give a flying monkeys about what anyone thought, and yeah, what a legend. Love it, Boy George. Then my colleague went off to meet her mum for lunch at our workplace for Tokyo Tuesday, the sushi thing they do on Tuesdays, and I went off and had a look around W Express and one of the book shops, and I went off into one of the flower shops and got some more flower stats that I'm going to show you guys now. Such pretty colours. I then was having a nice chat with the flower shopkeeper in there, and they're going to be closed for a few days because they're having a little bit of a refurb. Can't wait to see that when that's finished. I then went off into one of the other charity shops that I'd missed and had a little look in there, and then went off into the card factory where I got this matching pen set and notebook. It's so pretty. It's got flowers on the pens, and it has a message saying "Be happy" on with a B, and I just love pens and notebooks. I am a stationery addict. I just love stationery so much. I then went off to Co-op and got myself some lunch from there and chatted to my family friend who was on shift, who works there now, who I used to work with at my workplace, so I was having a nice chat with him. I then went off down to my town's castle and I got some castle snaps slash a snap of my town's church. I'm going to show you guys now. It's so beautiful, so like engrossed in history, and I just love it. And I then went off into the gardens and I got some flower photography from my town's castle gardens that I'm going to show you guys now. It's so beautifully kept. I then got a selfie, sat down on the grass in front of my town's castle, like the back of my town's castle, with a load of lovely flowers in the background, and it actually came out really well. I was very happy with the finished product. The selfie came out really well. The lighting was great, my hair was looking good, my eyes were super blue looking, and then it started to rain, so I went under this little covered area to wait for the rain to stop, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that I got of this little arch while I was sitting that you can see into the little rose garden, which I'm going to show you guys now. Such a great snap of the rose garden. The rose garden is probably one of my favourite parts of my town's castle gardens. I love roses so much. Roses, sunflowers and dahlias are probably my top 3 favourite flowers. I then made my way back as the rain had stopped. Then about halfway home, the heavens opened again, and I didn't have a coat because early on in the day when I'd gone up to the high street to meet my colleague for our coffee catch up, it was lovely and sunny and blue skies, so I got soaked through. So I then got home, got dried off and changed. I then was watching Home and Away, Escape to Country in Father Brown, sorted out my bleached adult, listened to a bit of music and had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and was reading a bit more of the last To All the Boys Love and Fall book, which I'm determined to finish. I'm such a slow reader. I also have a really bad habit of starting different books when I'm supposed to be trying to finish one book, so I'll be starting all these different books at the same time because I get too excited about the other books that I want to read. My mum and my sisters are such quick readers. They can read a book like that, but I am such a slow reader and it always get distracted. So I need to like knuckle down and try and like focus and block everything out and just try and get these books finished. I've got like a massive pile of books that I'm trying to get through. Then my older brother was back from being at work and my dad brought me up to youth club, and we were not in the normal youth club location. We were elsewhere. We were doing wooden survival, so we went to little woods and we were learning about how to filter water and how to start fires, and we even roasted some marshmallows and did some s'mores and stuff, which is very good, very tasty. I then made my way back. I walked back and I went off to Tesco's on the way back to get a card for my younger sister's boyfriend, whose birthday was the next day. I got back and they were down. I thought they were not coming down till Wednesday evening, but they came down Tuesday evening instead, and they were down to stay over the night. So I was having a nice chat with them, and we then watched a bit of The Mummy. I think it was the second one, and I had a bit of my mum's casserole that she made, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. It was so delicious. I then watched the UK soaps and Love Island, finished writing my journal, put that away, and then got my uniform ready for work the next day. I was supposed to be doing a 5 till close, but because my younger sister and her boyfriend were coming down for her boyfriend's birthday, I swapped and did a day shift instead of the evening shift so that I could be at this party for her boyfriend's birthday. So I then went off to bed and wanted to be up nice and early, and so I set my alarm. I got up about 8, got showered and changed, had some cereal for my breakfast, and I was actually still half asleep like a blooming zombie. I was actually like, what is this? And it took me so long to wake up. I then locked up. My mum, younger sister and her boyfriend were asleep. My older brother and sister and dad and younger brother were at work. I then locked up and made my way off to work. On the way to work, I got some flour snacks that I'm going to show you guys now. Such beautiful colours on the flowers. I then got up to work, got clocked in, put my bag away, and it was just me and one other colleague to start with until our other colleague came in at 10, and my colleague who was on shifting had to pop to Aldi to get some flowers and plants for the tables outside because we had our towns in bloom coming to visit, so we had to make it look nice and presentable. So we were then sorting that out, getting the flowers and plants all sorted out, and then our other colleague came on shift, and it was quite a steady shift. We had quite a lot of the workers come in, so I was chatting with them, and I was doing some food and drink orders and bill taking and cleaning tables, and it was lovely and sunny, a little bit windy but not too bad. Then it got really dark and the heavens opened and it was raining so much, and then it stopped and the sunshine came out and blue skies, and I had to pop to Aldi like 3-4 times to get stuff for kitchen, and one of the times I came out and it was raining again, and I was like, what is this? This weather is nuts. And I was just doing lots of cleaning jobs and cleaning lots of tables and just chatting to some of the customers, having lots of chai lattes. I love the chai lattes, they're so delicious. And then one of our colleagues had a lunch break and it had quieted down. We had quite a busy lunch rush and the weather got quite nice, so we had quite a lot of people sitting outside as well as inside. So I was then cleaning lots of tables outside. I was then able to go home at like 2ish because it had calmed quite a lot down. So I then clocked off, got my bag, and I headed off and went off to Greg's and got myself a Greg's lunch from there. Haven't had a Greg's in so long. I then went off to one of the shops in the high street and got my younger sister's boyfriend's birthday present. I then got home and my mum and dad were back from taking my grandma to see my grandpa in his rehab place, and they brought my grandma back for our younger sister's boyfriend's birthday party tea, and I had my Greg's and I showed my mum and dad and my younger sister and her boyfriend the gift that I got him when I gave it to him afterwards, and his reaction was so sweet. And I'm going to show you guys a clip of the gift I got him now. So I went into this knick-knack shop that sells lots of really cool like plush toys and arts and crafts stuff, and was like, what can I get for my younger sister's boyfriend's birthday? He loves pandas, and they were suggesting things like panda cloths and like panda pillows and stuff, and I got him this little panda here. It's a birthday panda. Look at the birthday hat, the little bow. It's so soft. I really want to keep this, but I got back from work and I gave it to him. I gave him his card first with a little birthday badge in, and gave him this, and he, oh my god, he loved it. His eyes lit up. It was the cutest thing ever, and I'm just so glad he likes it. I think I'm gonna have to get me one now. It's so adorable. I gave it to him with his card, and he gave me his card first, then the gift, and then I showed my mum and grandma and my dad the little panda birthday plushie, which is so cute, and yeah, I'm really glad he likes it. I then was just watching Escape to Country, Firebrand and Home and Away, and I got some donuts from Greg's, 2 sorts, for us to have after our parties for some of the puddings that we have, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of the donuts I got for everyone now. Got some donuts from Greg's while getting my lunch from there, and I thought I'd get some donuts for the party tea for the birthday boy, and these ones are strawberry and sprinkles, and these ones are custard and caramel, and I'm definitely going to have one of these ones. Love custard and caramel, cannot wait to tuck into one of those. And the party tea is midway getting set up, cannot wait to tuck into that. I could eat a horse. Looks so good, I cannot wait to tuck into one of those donuts. Then I was just watching some stuff on record, just a bit of music, did some drawing and colouring in, and I was sorting out my beat up doll, and I'm going to show you guys her now. She's got her tie-dyed dress on, and she's got her green thigh-high boots, her black hat and a choker necklace, and she's looking stunning. I got a really nice photo of her. I was then just watching some funny dog and cat videos and some TikToks and vlogs, and then our family friend came over for the party tea for my younger sister's boyfriend, and I will show you guys a clip of the party spread we had now. Here is the birthday party spread. Looks so good. Can't wait to dig in. Party tea was so delicious. We then sang happy birthday to our younger sister's boyfriend, and he had a chocolate caterpillar cake. I had a bit of the cake with a cup of tea, and it was so good. We then tidied away. Our younger brother then went off home. Older brother and sister went off to rugby training, and our grandma went off home as well. And our family friend came over, and he's taking me off for a trip to Smith as my belated birthday treat, and I cannot wait. And we will be going off to Nando's as well. I love it in Nando's. And I then got my rota for next week. Wrote those in my journal, finished writing my journal, listened to a bit of music, and did some drawing and colouring in. And then our younger sister and her boyfriend went off back at the Cheltenham, and it was lovely having them down to stay, and I hope my younger sister's boyfriend had a lovely birthday. And I'm now off to go watch today's UK soaps and Love Island, and then tomorrow I'm off for a coffee catch up with 2 of my colleagues, and then we're going to be walking up to the garden centre. Love the garden centre so much, it's my happy place. And yeah, I hope you guys have all had a lovely week so far. All have a lovely rest of your evening. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.